If your baby starts crying at the exact same time every night, especially at midnight, don't ignore it. It's not a bad dream. It's not just a phase, especially if it happens between 1 and 4 a.m. That's the hour she walks. You need to know this story, because once you understand who she is, you'll never hear your child's crying the same way again. Sarah Miller didn't think anything was wrong at first. Babies cry. That's what everyone told her. But her daughter didn't cry during the day. Only at night. Only between 1 to 4 a.m. And she didn't cry like she was hungry. She cried like she was scared. It started 3 weeks after they moved into the old farmhouse in Rhinebeck, New York. Sarah had wanted peace and quiet, a fresh start after a messy divorce. The house was older than she liked, but it felt right at first. Calm. Still. Too still. She tried everything to stop the crying. Feeding. Rocking. Music. Nothing worked. Her daughter just stared into the same dark corner of the nursery and screamed like something was there. Sarah Googled it, just like any new mother would. Why do babies cry at midnight? Why do babies stare into corners? Why do pets avoid nurseries? The answers were all boring. Developmental phases. Sensory overload. Gas. But those answers didn't explain why her baby would stop crying only when the hallway light turned off by itself, or why the dog refused to enter the room, or why the air would suddenly drop 20 degrees near the crib. It didn't feel like a baby problem. It felt like a warning. One night, Sarah turned off the monitor for just 10 minutes to sleep. She was too tired to think, and that's when she heard it. Crying. Not from her daughter's room. From the hallway. It was the same cry, but different. Too slow. Like someone trying to copy a sound they didn't understand. Her daughter was asleep when Sarah checked. But the mobile above the crib was spinning, and the room felt colder than outside. Sarah didn't sleep after that. She started recording everything. Baby monitor. Phone camera. Audio logs, and every midnight it was the same. Her daughter would wake, stare into the corner, scream. The dog would bark, then run, and in one frame of one video, Sarah saw it. A hand, just the shape of it, gripping the crib rail. It was there for half a second, then gone. That was the night she found the photograph. She was going through a kitchen drawer looking for batteries. There, behind old mail, was a black and white photo. A woman holding 5 infants. Her eyes looked hollow, her arms stiff. The back read, Agnes, March 1823. Sarah thought it was weird, but not terrifying, until she looked up the house history. In 1823, the land was part of a small village that suffered a disease outbreak. Dozens of children died. One woman was blamed. A midwife named Agnes Holloway. They called her Hollow Agnes because of the way she looked after the deaths. She delivered 20 babies that year. Most were stillborn. 5 died in 1 week. The mothers turned on her. They dragged her into the birthing barn and locked her inside with the tiny bodies. Then they lit the barn on fire. When it was over, they found her arms still wrapped around the dead infants. She never screamed. She didn't move. She just burned holding them. No one said her name after that. Until now. Sarah tried to forget it. But then she saw something else inside the nursery closet. A scratched message in the wood, only visible when she angled her phone flashlight just right. 5 words, shaky but clear. She doesn't want yours, but you. That night, her daughter didn't cry. At around 3 a.m., everything was silent. Sarah woke up without knowing why. She checked the monitor. It was off. Dead. She rushed into the nursery. The crib was still. Her daughter was sleeping, but the mobile above the crib spun slowly, and the rocking chair in the corner was moving. Back and forth. Back and forth. Sarah turned on the light. Nothing there. She sat down on the floor and didn't move until morning. The next night, she stayed awake with the lights on, the heater on, soft music playing from her phone. She kept everything noisy, everything warm. The last part of the night came. Her daughter cried. The music stuttered but never stopped. The temperature dropped, but not all the way. Sarah thought maybe she'd figured it out. Until the fifth night. A thunderstorm hit. The power went out. Everything stopped. Lights. Music. Monitor. The dog barked once, then hid under the bed. The hallway creaked. Sarah held her daughter tight in the dark. The air got heavy, thick. Her chest hurt from the pressure. And then footsteps. Not normal ones. Dragging. Soft. 1 foot slower than the other. Closer. Closer. She whispered for her daughter to cry. Begged her. But her daughter was too still. Just watching the doorway. The knob turned. And that's when her daughter let out the loudest scream she'd ever made. Pure panic. A blast of sound. The door slammed shut on its own. The footsteps backed away, and the temperature returned to normal. Sarah stayed there all night, holding her, crying. In the morning, the hallway looked normal, but near the doorframe, Sarah saw prints in the dust. Handprints. One of them had 4 fingers. After that, Sarah never let the room go quiet again. Left the lights on. Now, the crying was comfort, because it meant Agnes wasn't there. Sarah didn't tell people. They wouldn't believe her anyway. But she understood what was happening. Agnes wasn't after babies. She was after people just big enough to replace the ones she lost. Still, silent, cradled. She didn't take them. She just held them, and never let go. Sarah believes that babies cry at night for a reason, that they see things we don't, that their screams aren't just fear, they're protection, warnings, because Agnes is still out there. Not angry, just empty, still searching. If your baby cries at night, that means Agnes was targeting you, but the baby's crying ruins her plan. So walk away. Don't mute the monitor, because silence is an invitation. And Hollow Agnes is always listening.